Well, we could talk about sustainable Christmas presents, but let's talk song. Before we start, let me quickly thank Andrew Morgan for his incredible support of this channel. If the rest of you want to contribute as well, I suggest you become a paying member of this enterprise. Info's in description and also in those buttons under the video. Today, I'm going to continue looking at Taylor Swift songs from the life of a showgirl, her incredible album. The song I'm going to listen to is Ruin the Friendship. It's track number 6 of the album, and I really want to learn more about her songwriting. So without further ado, let's get going. Step 1, find key. I believe it's the tonal center of the key. I think we are in the key of D major. Step 2, find the chord progression. That is quite interesting because we might not be in the key of D Ionian actually, but instead in the key of D Mixolydian, in the mode of D Mixolydian. The first chord is the D, so far so conventional. Also the second chord, the B minor, the relative minor to D major, is not very surprising. The next chord is a C major chord, something that we wouldn't expect in the D major scale, and then we go to G. So we could argue that the actual tonal center is this G, that we are in some kind of G Ionian mode. Because the song starts on the D, I would argue that because the D Mixolydian scale shares all the notes with the G Ionian scale, but only starts on a different note, I would argue that we are in the key of D Mixolydian actually, which is quite interesting.
Glistening grass from September rain, gray overpass full of neon names.
Interesting, let's listen to the melody once again. So this is clearly the verse beginning with the first melody note on the downbeat of the first chord. Let's listen to melody development.
Glistening grass from September rain.
That's interesting, right? Because we do start with 2 chord notes, the D and the F sharp. What we land on is unusual because it's the G. That might be another hint at the fact that we are in fact in the key of G major or D Mixolydian, that we would emphasize this G melody note even in that D major chord where the G normally doesn't play a role.
Gray overpass full of neon names.
Repeat the idea.
You drive.
Interesting. Again, we land on a chord that is not part of the on a note that is not part of the chord. Okay, so we play the C chord but land on the A, which would be the 6th of the C chord.
85.
Right? So going down a whole octave from D to D. Of course, it's the beginning of the melody idea that we had before. Was the first idea, now we develop this. Interesting, let's look at lyrics for a sec. Glistening grass from September rain, gray overpass full of neon names, you drive 85. Okay, so we clearly have got 2 long lines and 2 short lines, establishing an AABB rhyming pattern that seems conventional, but because of the different line lengths is quite innovative. Glistening grass forms a great alliteration at the beginning from September rain that then comes back with gray overpass, so sentence beginnings or phrase beginnings also play an important role in Taylor Swift's lyric writing. Overpass full of neon names, again an alliteration with N and N. Of course, the word rain and names rhyming with each other. And then we have got those short lines, you drive 85, where it's basically all about this downward melodic movement. Let's see how things develop from here on.
Road and the lakeside beach.
Same melody, still in the verse.
Your smile, miles wide.
Same melody, no variation at all, different lyrics, of course, that now are Gallatin Road and the Lakeside Beach. So again, the G sound at the beginning, the G sound at the beginning. Watching the game from your brother's Jeep, same rhyming pattern as well. You smile miles wide, establishing a nice internal rhyme with miles wide as well, something that we didn't have in the first verse idea.
It was not an invitation.
Interesting. So the first thing that strikes us, and we are probably in some kind of pre-chorus here, is that we have got a clear pickup melody creating very, very beautiful contrast to the verse idea, right? So where we had always on the downbeat, the melody now starts before the chord changes.
And it was not.
Right, with and it was as the pickup idea and the not the first melody note on the downbeat. The first chord that we have is a D major, but suddenly it doesn't sound as the Mixolydian tonal center, but as something else.
An invitation. Should have kissed you.
Second chord is not clear just yet.
An invitation. Should have kissed.
I'm a bit confused. It doesn't sound as clear as it was in the verse.
An invitation. Should have kissed you.
Is it maybe something with different root
And
notes?
it was not an invitation.
Might be this why I'm confused. So I believe that we start with the D major chord as we did in the verse 2, but instead of playing the B minor, we might play G with B and bass, G with a major third and bass. This might explain my confusion. Let's see what the other chords are in the pre-chorus before we go to the melody analysis.
Should have kissed you anyway. Should have kissed you anyway.
It's interesting because the chord progression doesn't change a lot. So maybe we have got D and G with B and bass as the chord variation, but then we go to C and G as well. It sounds totally different though, and this is because of the melody. Let's see what happens in the melody.
And it was not.
The biggest difference is, of course, that we now land on the A, not on the G, right? So I kind of create a resolution by landing on a chord note instead of a non-chord note. Right? And it was not.
An invitation.
With that terrible pronunciation of the word invitation, which I'm going to comment on in a second.
Should have kissed you anyway.
Right?
Should have kissed you anyway.
Interesting. So we get closer to the chord note idea, right? Maybe not, because we had this idea here. Maybe it's also the flat 7 of a minor chord. Could also be. Again, landing on a chord note, which is the 5 of the C chord, and then we go to the root note of the chord. Okay, so we assimilate the melody a bit to the chord progression. Let's talk about the terribly mispronounced word invitation, which is a very, very signature Taylor Swift thing, and it was not an invitation. Listen to this.
And it was not an invitation.
Right? An invitation, pronouncing all the syllables wrong. An invitation, it's invitation, right? Where we have got little stress on the in and big stress on the te, and she does it completely different. She says, it's almost impossible to say it wrong. Invitation. And then she repeats this line, should have kissed you anyway, should have kissed you anyway, creating what I believe is a 3-line pre-chorus, which is a very good number if you want to create unbalance and want the listener to continue feeling the suspense before the chorus.
And it was not
Apparently second half of the pre-chorus, probably then adding up to 6 lines.
convenient, no, but you
Now I hear a B flat again, okay? So it might have been B flat all along and we don't change chord progression, but as I said, the feeling changes totally with the melody.
shiny wood floors underneath my
Oh, we don't go to a chorus. So apparently we go to a second verse, which makes me wonder if this was the chorus. Would it be a strong chorus? I'm not 100% sure. Let's see how the song develops.
shiny wood floors underneath my feet. Disco ball makes everything look cheap.
Same ideas in the melody and in the chords. The lyrics now become... Oh, sorry. I haven't talked about the second pre-chorus half. And it was not is the same as it was before, but now this invitation becomes convenient no. And the line that repeated before with should have kissed you anyway now becomes 2 different lines. But your girlfriend was away, should have kissed you anyway. Now we go to the second verse that lyric-wise is shiny wood floors underneath my feet. Disco ball makes everything look cheap. Cool rhyme with feet and cheap, but they don't have those alliterative moments anymore, okay? Shiny wood and disco ball doesn't create alliteration. And this short lines that rhyme at the end of verse 2 are have fun and it's prom, which is funny.
Wilted corsage dangles from my wrist. Over his shoulder, catch a glimpse.
Second half of second verse, wilted corsage dangles from my wrist. What a great line, also bringing back this alliterative moment with wilted and wrist, right? Over his shoulder I catch a glimpse and see you looking at me. As the 2 lines.
And see.
Okay, I understand. And see, you're looking at me. Creating those BB rhymes. And we go on with this here.
And it was not an invitation.
Invitation.
As the 50-cent song played, should've kissed you anyway.
She included the 50 Cent song lyric-wise, but apart from that keeps everything the same.
Would have been the best mistake. Should've kissed you anyway.
She creates new rhymes and ideas with should have kissed you anyway. Now it would have been the best mistake. I don't feel the song going anywhere. I get Fortnite vibes where I had the same feeling.
Don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off. Lately we've been good.
Interesting. Clearly a primary bridge. So what I called the pre-chorus might have been the chorus all along. The song is called Ruin the Friendship and the title hasn't come up yet, which doesn't have to be bad. It certainly doesn't give us a powerful chorus that we would have had in other songs. Let's find out the primary bridge chords.
Don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off.
I'm confused with those Mixolydian and Ionian ideas.
Don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off. Lately we
Is it this?
don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off. Lately we've been
I think it's an E minor, C major, G idea, maybe with D at the end, but the D is not quite clear in the arrangement. So if we look at the G Ionian as the tonal center, we would have a 6 minor, 4, 1, and maybe 5 chord progression, which is the minor axis of awesome, the Save Tonight progression. Right? Or Aisha or whatever. Let's look at the melody.
don't make it awkward in second
The melody now starts after the downbeat, creating yet another contrast. We had melody beginning on the downbeat, we had melody beginning before the downbeat as a pickup, and now we have got melody beginning after the downbeat, something that especially Max Martin, that is probably, yes, co-songwriter as well, likes doing. The other day I saw an interview with a songwriter from Golden, who said that she wanted to channel Max Martin there because she knew about his approach. And this is something that I found quite interesting because this is something that I keep noticing in many, many pop songs. Melody analysis.
Don't make it awkward.
Okay, so this is the first motif. Now this gets answered by...
Second period.
Okay. We could say that this here is the first range that we open up from B to E in the first idea. Right? So we go from B to E with the D as the rock solid note, and then we've got another fourth as an interval, creating variation in the melody, but keeping this idea of the fourth range.
Might piss your ex off. Lately we've been good.
And a variation, a bit spoken language, but the idea is still there. Right? Lyrics don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off. Lately we've been good. Interesting rhymes that are quite Taylor Swift. So we could argue both for an A-B-A-B or for an X-A-X-A rhyming pattern. It's not really clear if awkward and X-off actually rhymes.
Seeing friends is safe doesn't mean you should.
New idea in the second variation of the primary bridge.
Seeing friends is safe doesn't mean you should.
Should. Interesting sixth leap there. Okay, so we've got... Okay.
Don't make it awkward.
Oh, it's going to be a stacking bridge.
Don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off. Lately we've been good.
But suddenly we have got background vocals filling up the arrangement and making it a bit fatter. But apart from that, it's the same idea.
When I left school, I lost track of you.
Verse 3, interesting.
Abigail called me with the bad news. Goodbye.
Of course, broken down and with depressing lyrics. When I left school, I lost track of you. Abigail called me with the bad news. Goodbye, and we'll never know why. Suicide? I don't know.
But I flew home anyway, with so much left to say.
Okay, this is powerful. Before that, the invitation kind of is still something that she can accept. Should have kissed you anyway, right? Your girlfriend was away, it wasn't convenient. And now apparently she doesn't have the chance anymore. It was not an invitation, but I flew home anyway. So it was not an invitation, but the notification that there was a funeral to be had. But I flew home anyway with so much left to say. She is a brilliant storyteller. It's not a pop song. It's not a structure that is made for the big arena. But it's intimate. I'm having goosebumps right now. It's a song that was not directly accessible for me, but now with an unexplained line, like Abigail called me with the bad news, everything makes sense.
No, but I whispered at the grave.
But I whispered at the grave. Guess what this will rhyme with?
Should've kissed you anyway.
This is brutal. Thank you for being such a great songwriter, Miss Swift.
And it was not an invitation. My advice is always ruin the friendship.
Oh, the title comes as a kind of ad-lib secondary hook afterthought. So the background vocals still have this, but it was not idea.
It was not. My advice is always ruin the friendship.
Interesting melody as a kind of answering idea to this, and it was not. Is it this?
My advice is always ruin the friendship.
My advice is always ruin the friendship.
Better than regret it.
Repeating the line, better than that, better that than regret it. Cool rhyme with friendship and regret it as well.
For all time.
For all time, right? And this for all time at the same time is the idea of and it was not. Same melodic idea, different phrasing. Very, very good.
My advice is always answer the question.
And my advice is always answer the question. So again, this secondary hook idea, this time with new lyrics.
Better than to ask it all your life.
And question also then gets rhymed with ask it, and all your life is a rhyme to for all time. Wow.
I kissed you anyway.
And this was Ruin the Friendship by Taylor Swift. I'm very, very sure we can take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1 is about song form. Now this goes back to 50s, 60s and 70s singer-songwriter music, where we do not have this classical verse-chorus structure. Yes, we could argue that this, and it was not an invitation and so on, is a chorus. I would say that it has got pre-chorus qualities in many regards. It certainly creates a contrast to the verse, but what its purpose is to develop the plot, which is something that we have rather in this verse, bridge, verse form that we have as an overall structure of this song, right? With 2 verses, maybe with a pre-chorus or a chorus, if you want to call it, kind of woven inside those verses. Then we've got this very powerful bridge.
Don't make it awkward in second period.
Right, where we create a lot of contrast in terms of chord and melody. And then this third verse that strikes us with the bad news that the person that she wanted to be with does not exist anymore. This is a very, very powerful structure if you have got a story to develop, okay? So maybe it's a good idea to disregard the importance of a chorus with this structure so that you can make the third verse kick in if there you include this plot twist that she has got. Something that professional songwriters should do. Songwriting learning number 2. We could even say that this has got to do with a refrain idea that she includes at the end of every verse pre-chorus idea, which is this should have kissed you anyway. She finds new rhymes for that punchline every time around, okay? So she starts with a repetition of should have kissed you anyway. After that, it becomes but your girlfriend was away, should have kissed you anyway. Then, but as the 50 Cent song played, should have kissed you anyway. Then it's would have been the best mistake, should have kissed you anyway. And then, of course, when she delivers this terrible, terrible death, it becomes, but I whispered at the grave, should have kissed you anyway. So this is something that the refrain at the end of every verse, kind of as the punchline to something that you want to say, can be highlighted in different ways by finding very, very good rhymes that lead up to it. This is something that brilliant lyricists can pull off, and I think there is no doubt that Taylor Swift is one of those. And songwriting learning number 3, let's talk song classic, another lyric writing tip. It's not all about rhyming patterns, but also about the words you use within the lines. I'm talking about alliterations, like glistening grass from September rain, grey overpass full of neon names, and then bringing this back with Gallatin Road, where we have got a lot of repetition of that g sound. So those are the things that really make lyrical lines brilliant, and this is something that Taylor Swift teaches us how to do in almost every song of hers. So this is something that we as modest songwriters can apply as well if we want to get a glimpse of her genius. And this was my live reaction and on-the-fly analysis of Taylor Swift's Ruin the Friendship. Now, if you liked this, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe to the channel, and leave friendly comments. Again, let me thank Andrew Morgan, this great supporter of the channel. If you want to become another one of those, please consider becoming a paying member. Info's in description and in the button that says something like membership. Please also check the other resources in the description or in my link tree if you want to support this adventure further. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about sustainable Christmas presents now. Bye bye!